Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday. Monday is Tips Day, and it's I believe this is the first one of the new year. So we've got Rob and Levetta sent me some tips. I haven't read them as always. We're going to read them and react as we go. They look like fairly short paragraphs, so hopefully we can fill a whole episode out with them. I'll do my best to waffle as I always do. If not, I've got some backups of my own. Let's see where we go with these then, shall we? Happy New Year, everybody. It's the first. Hopefully we'll keep this going. But as I'm going to say at the end, I've run out. I need yours. Send them. We'll talk about it after. I'm trying to get to 200. So close to 150, but the goal is 200. All right. Hello, Mick. I have a few tips from the last cruise we were on. So I'm assuming this is Rob that wrote these. So Levetta, if they're terrible tips, it's not on you. Number one, if your ship has smart elevators, be prepared to have some long wait times at peak periods. Also, make sure when you select your deck that you select it for each person in your party. Otherwise, your entire party may not fit when the elevator shows up. I have experience of this on the last cruise we went on. I have two rules when I cruise. Two rules. Number one, no bread at dinner because I gotta lose some weight really badly. Number two, I try not to use elevators. But on some of the newer ships, if you're on deck 3 and you gotta go up to deck 10 or even deck 16, that can be tough. First 5 or 6 floors are okay, but then it starts to kick in a little bit. So maybe once or twice I took an elevator. And there was one time we were just on the horizon and we were going from 3 to 10. And when we got in the elevator, it was so crowded. Clearly people hadn't done it correctly. So just to explain how you do this, on the smart elevators, which are typically just on the newer ships, I believe it's on Horizon and up. And I think the Venezia has it too, it's a newer ship, but it was a Costa. The Vista is still normal if I remember correctly. The way you work it is you just walk up to the elevator. There's some little pads, like little iPad things there. And you'll just tap it to get all the floors come up. Then if you want to go to floor 10, you hit floor 10. But you have to hit it for each person getting in the elevator so it doesn't get overcrowded. That's the whole idea of it. So if there's 2 of you, you'll hit 10 twice, right? And it will tell you which elevator you will go to get in. And it's usually a letter, but it's always a letter. So you just look, it will light up above the elevator and there's X, we're gonna go in X, and you wait there to get in. So yes, it can take a bit longer. The problem really lies when you just hit it once and there's 3 of you. Because the elevator thinks there's 1 of you. So it's gonna allow other people to come in that elevator. So you walk in the elevator and you're like this. So we did it once, and I did mention kind of, I guess a little bit cocky, know-it-all-y. Well, if, maybe somebody here didn't tab the number for each person. A couple of heads bowed down, but they probably thought I was a know-all. But I was trying to educate. But yes, so you can be prepared for a wait, but I think the bigger problem is there's people that still don't know how to use it and don't know that you have to hit the number for each person getting in the elevator. And it also doesn't account if anybody's getting in with a scooter or a wheelchair, because that's going to take up this space for at least 2 people. So that can be a problem, especially if you are in a scooter. It can get very frustrating because the elevator can come up, there may not be room. So yes, very good point. Be aware of these smart elevators. Again, they're only in, if I remember correctly, some of the Panorama, Horizon, Venezia, and I'm not, I've never, it's weird. I don't know if they're on the XL class because I don't do the elevators on there. Because normally we're midship on a deck, and I rarely have to go from 6 up to 16, but if I do, I do it. Put in the comments if the XL class is smart elevators or not. I don't know. But if they are, it's the same. It's just the newer ships. All right, good start. Number 2, if you are concerned about someone getting into your safe and taking valuables, then lock them in your suitcase. Most suitcases have locks built into them. It's a very valid point. Didn't even think about that. I'm not worried about people breaking into the safe. I know any crew member can if they want to because they got that access, but I don't think any crew member would do that. So I'm fairly comfortable, but that's a very good point. Now my mind is thinking, should I do that next time? Problem is, I'd forget what case I'd put them in, and every morning I'd have to open up all the cases. Now on the last cruise we went on, for whatever reason, and it wasn't just us, because we knew some other people on the cruise and they had the same issue, the safe was locked when we got on board. And it's not that simple just to get the case open, because you have to be in the cabin when somebody comes in to open the safe. And there's no guarantee. You can't say, oh, be here at 8:15. You know, you just call down and they will be there at some point, and you have to be there. So if you call down at 1 o'clock, who knows when they'll show up? I don't want to sit in a cabin for 2 hours waiting for somebody to come and open a safe. So we should have put them in a case and locked it. To your point, very good point. We kind of hid them. We hid our passports and we hid our wallet. Yeah, could have done that. Why? Oh, you did send this tip before we left. I should read these before I go, because it could have saved me on my last cruise. I'm the sort of person, I have to make a mistake or be told something before I do it. I don't normally think of them up front. I have to make the mistake and then I don't make the mistake again. What's the term? Screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me. Learn by your mistakes. And I think I just learned something. Not often I say that, but very good point. And yes, most suitcases have locks, or you can buy the little travel locks. We've got some. But our cases, yes, we have locks on the side. Good. All right, number 3. Good starts, good starts. Number 3, pixels. Ooh, I don't do pictures. Although if you saw my recent one, I have started letting them take pictures of me because they get credit. And the fact that they only make 20 cents commission on a picture still blows my mind and still makes me angry. That's true. I haven't even read this tip. I'm already angry. So it better be a tip that's going to cheer me up, Rob. 20 cents commission per picture they take, that they sell. Not that they take, that they sell and take, obviously. That means they've got to sell 50 to make $10. Absolutely ridiculous. It costs $24 for the picture. Carnival, do better. Increase those commissions. And don't give me about how they get a good salary. You know they don't. They get a salary, but come on. And if you take pictures with them but don't buy them, they still get some credit from their bosses that shows they're working. So, you know, if they ask you to take a picture, say, please, you can take a picture, but don't pose me. That's what drives me crazy. And now do this, and now do that, and now do... No! Done. Gone. Moving on. Number 3. That's my... Pixels. If your ship has digital prints, you can access all your photos from the hub or a kiosk at Pixels. Look at your photos daily and mark your favorites or delete those you do not want. It will be less to look at when you are ready to purchase. Order digital prints and you can have as many copies as you want printed out when you return home. Kind of ruined that one, didn't I? Because I don't buy pictures. That's not true. It was a big group of us. Like we do a pub crawl, and there's like 20 of us, whatever, and somebody takes a picture. We might buy that and split the cost between us all and share the picture. But 2 of us, $24? I could get a perfectly... I'll ask somebody at Alchemy to take a picture on my phone. I don't need those backdrops. That's just me. Everybody's different. But a lot of people love those photos. A lot of people love them. And I'm not knocking you for loving those photos. I also love my bank account. To me, it's just... Wait, if they were to charge half that price, they would sell 3 times as many pictures, in my opinion. Win-win. More commission for the photographers, more money for Carnival. But they charge so much money. $24 for one digital print is ridiculous. Just saying. You know, maybe in 2094 that will be a reasonable price with inflation. But right now, that seems a little bit much to me. What do you think? Do you take pictures? Put it in the comments. Again, I'm not knocking. I don't judge people if they want to do that. That's just me. If you want to spend the money, that might be very valuable to you. It's no different to people going to the casino. right? $100 in the casino is your enjoyment. You may have the same enjoyment of walking around the photo backdrops, taking pictures of photos. Everybody is different. So who am I to say it's a waste of money? It's just a waste of money to me. Each to their own. This is why I say this all the time. You will never see a video of me saying these are the 5 best or the 5 worst, or even the word best and worst. The only time they come out of my mouth is when I tell you I won't use them. Because that's so stupid. It's so stupid. It still bothers me. And again, I keep repeating myself. When Julie goes into a restaurant and asks the waiter what is good on the menu. Different palates. Just because he likes it don't mean you will. Different palates. Try something new, but not because somebody else said it was good. Because it may not be good for you. Because it intrigues you. What I'll do, I'll go into a restaurant, I'll look at the menu, and I know what I don't like, because I used to say anything, and I learned that lesson when I got a peanut butter burger one time, and I hate peanut butter. I'm the anti-American. I don't like coffee, peanut butter, cinnamon, all the stuff with a strong smell, flavour, dominate. I like to enjoy the taste of everything on my plate, is what I'm saying. So I'll go into a restaurant, I'll look at what I know I don't want, and the waiter will come round, waiter, waitress, whatever, and I'll say, not that, and not that, but other than that, surprise me with anything else on the menu. But don't tell me what it is until you bring it up. I've learnt so many new great foods that way, and not all the time, but most of the time, they take it as a challenge, and they're more into presenting me with better food. Sometimes like, oh God, what a waste. Very rarely, maybe 10% of the time I get that approach. 90% of the time, let me think about that. And then they'll put some effort into ordering my food. Doesn't always work out. Sometimes I don't like it, but I will eat it because I did it, and I'm not leaving stuff on the plate. It's not their fault. This is why I'm so fat now. God, I gotta lose some weight. We're going, when this comes out, we'll be on the Sunshine, on the last cruise out of Charleston. When we get back, I don't cruise again until February the 1st. Not that long really, is it? So I've got about 3.5 weeks. I'm going to go on a crash diet and I'm going to lose some weight. And then when I get back from that one, I get back on, because I'm going on the Breeze, and then Julie's joining me for her birthday. Then I have 3 months. No, 2.5 months. Till we go on the Paradise in May for my birthday. So I've got some time to lose some weight this year. Boy, am I going to do it. I'm going to fit into these suits. I've had to start bringing them little button extenders. Anyway, waffled enough. I don't need to give you any of mine this week, so I can do another one just with mine next week. So thank you, Rob and Levetta, even though I know Rob's the one that sent them. They were good. So I'm going to give it a joint effort. Or it could have been both of you, but then, Rob, you should have put, we have a few tips, not I. Bit selfish, if you ask me. Anyways, I desperately need your tips. It doesn't have to be on Carnival, it can be on any cruise line. I want your tips to keep this show going every Monday. We've been doing it for a couple of years now, but there's only so many tips I can come up with, and I'm going to start repeating them. I probably have been already. But, by the way, if you can hear a cat meowing outside, Portman wants to come in. I'll probably let her in for the next week's episode because I'm going to record that right after this. So all those that love Portman, watch next week because she'll probably be here because, again, I can hear her outside. But anyway, email me your tips. My email is coming up at the end of this video. I do not read them in advance. As you probably noticed just now, I will read and react as I go. So you're going to get that British humour if you're not careful. So be careful how you write it. But I'm not mean. I'm just British. Can be mean. I will see you later, Cruising World. Oh, I forgot to say subscribe. It's up to you. Don't have to. Nice if you did, though. Hit that little bell. You'll get notifications. And if you have any questions, send them to that email. Doesn't have to be tips. You can ask me the question, why do you keep asking me for tips when you know I'm not going to send them to you? See what happens. Once again, I will see you later, Cruising World.